And on Sunday, Casey, hurling takes center stage at America's most beloved ballpark. It's sort of called the world's fastest field sport. Hurling is a cross between field hockey and lacrosse, an ancient warrior sport that goes back, get this, 3,000 years in Ireland. That's a long time. Now, part of the fabric woven into the culture passed down from generation to generation.
It's a pretty tough sport. By comparison, it's pretty unfamiliar to most in the United States, but here in New England, hurling is kind of picking up some steam, and Ireland's national sport is growing in places like Providence.
It's a hard, tough, skillful game. I love the team spirit, I love the team element, I love the fun element, and it's just something that I just love playing and I just love being a part of. I'm from Cork in Ireland, so I've played since I was about 4 years old, so I've played over 30 years at this stage, so it's as like a guy growing up playing baseball here.
I think it was 6 or 7 years ago. I first went to Ireland, saw my first hurling match ever, picked up my first hurley. I just fell in love with the game immediately.
I was just walking through my neighborhood one day and I saw a teenager on my street with a hurley and a slitter. And I said, what are you doing? Where did you get that?
I mean, Mike Henley is almost 41, I think, and I'm a 20-year-old kid.
I said, hey, if you ever want to start a team, let me know. 2 weeks later, I got a knock on my door and it was Mike, and he said, yeah, let's do it.
That was kind of the start of the franchise, the start of this great club.
But the two men would still need help to get the Providence Hurling Club off the ground. Help that would come by way of a knock at the door.
But I was going to a kid's birthday party and my wife had told me what number the house was, but I got confused and I saw an Irish flag there, so when I knocked, it was Mike Walsh's mother answered the door and she says, no, it's the wrong house, but then she says, hang on, my son is doing a project.
We just hit it off really well at first.
So then it was like almost by chance it just came about. So then he came out and he showed me a flyer and he says, look, will we start off a training session? So I said, sure, I'll get involved. And I think it was the following Sunday, then we had our first training session with Mike Kennelly and Mike Walsh and myself.
Brendan McGinn brought experience to the team and worked to fine-tune the talents of the first-time hurlers. The next step, finding people to play and finding a way to sell a sport that most people have probably never heard of.
I never grew up with baseball, but it's like, I tell people it's like baseball, but everyone gets a bat and you get to run around and hit guys. So that's the way I sell it.
We did the St. Patrick's Day in Providence parade. And we just passed out flyers on the route along the way and just met a bunch of people and we got interest for it.
Put the word out, we had a few guys, and then we just had to fake it till we made it.
To me, right, the reason it's so popular, it's a connection to home for me. Especially for people who have Irish heritage, people whose grandfather, great-grandfather came over to Ireland. It's almost a link to that past that people have. And I would say to anybody who's interested in sports or wants to pick up a different sport and not only just has an Irish heritage or Irish background. The whole idea is that it's a community thing and everybody gets involved and everybody's a lot of fun doing it.
Tickets are still available for Sunday's event at Fenway. Head to redsox.com for more info, and the games will begin at 12:30.
That is awesome.